Hello, welcome back to Crafting in Quarantine with Arts at Tobacco. My name is Marjan Verstappen, and I have way too many plastic bags in my house. So I thought while I was shut up at home, maybe I'd figure out something I could do with them, and if it worked out then I would show you, and I'm going to show you now. I did some research and figured out how I could iron all my plastic bags into a functional tote bag. Fits under my arm, holds lots of stuff, super strong, will last forever, and instead of throwing all my plastic bags in the landfill where they're going to last for the rest of my life, I thought maybe I would make something so I can keep them around instead. So now I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to need lots and lots of plastic bags, at least 8 if you want to do what I'm doing. And then you're going to need some parchment paper. This isn't quite enough, it's just what I have. If you have more than that, that would be great. You're going to need a pair of scissors and or a X-Acto knife and a ruler. You're going to need an iron. If you have an ironing board, that's awesome. I don't have an ironing board, so I'm just going to put a towel on my desk. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the bottom seam and the handles of the bags. And keep the handles, we'll use them later. There, so we want something that'll stretch out wide and lie flat like that. I'm going to do another 8 of these. Okay, so I've prepared my bags and the iron's heating up. I've just got it on slightly hotter than medium. And now I'm going to just pile up the bags I want. So we're going to do 2 stacks of 4 and iron them together. And I just want to think about what colors I want on the inside and the outside, just, in terms of design. I think I want layered backwards text on the outside of my bag. So I've got a fairly even amount. I'm going to use this for. Oh, and because I don't have a lot of parchment paper, I've just put a layer of tissue paper down on top of the towel so the bag doesn't stick to the towel. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So a couple of these bags are different sizes. That means it's going to be a little bit thinner at the edges, but I'm okay with that. I might just trim it down. Maybe I'll add a 5th plastic bag. Maybe that's what I do. Yeah, I'm going to add a 5th plastic bag, and then I might just trim down the edges so that I don't have any thin, weak parts in the bag. Okay, and then I'm going to slap the baking parchment on top. Iron's nice and hot. Okay, so there's one. See, now it's stuck together pretty hard. I might flip it over and do a bit more on the back. There's a couple of air bubbles here. There we are. I quite like the backwards text look on this. That's kind of cute. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm going to do my second one of these, and then I'll meet you back here once I've done those two and show you what happens next. Okay, so now I've got my two piles of plastic, really strong, nice and leathery. Now they're a little bit thin at some of these edges. I'm just going to trim these edges quickly before I iron them together. I almost said sew them together. There. I'm going to do that for the other one, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, everything's trimmed down, and now I'm just going to do the seams. I'm going to go around here. Oh, make sure that the pieces, I quite like how this text turned out, so I'm going to keep that on the inside. So once the seams are done, I can turn it the other way around and it looks good from that side. And we want a slightly hotter iron for this. Okay, that's pretty strong. I like that. It's going on nicely. So now what I'm going to do is, see the seams are quite wide here. I'm just going to cut them a little bit more so we don't have a big chunky seam on the inside. But, you know, careful not to cut away at my bag too much. Oh, you know what? I might, see I've got a couple of pockets here on the inside. I might just iron this a bit more on this side first. Yeah, make sure you flip it over and iron it. There, that's a bit better. I'm gonna just gently cut away a little bit at some of these edges. You could also use your X-Acto knife and your ruler for this if you want to get them really straight. I guess I'm not too worried about that. But if you wanted to be a bit more exacting, you could. Alright, and then I just turn it inside out, see how it did on the other side. Oh, so I've got a couple of sneaky holes. I'm going to fix these, and then I'll get back to you about putting some straps on this. Alright, how's that? Pretty cool, eh? Nice strong bag. So now I'm just going to give it a quick iron around these edges just to flatten it out a bit, not to make the whole bag stick together. And then I'm just going to also, I folded down the top. I quite like this this grey edge, so I'm going to iron that down so I can keep that. And then you can keep your bag like this, or you can, I'm going to show you next how to do some handles to put on it so you can turn it into a tote bag. Here we go. Now I'm going to make some handles. So remember all those handles we kept? We're going to use them now. And I'm also got another plastic bag here. I'm just going to cut these lengths, so I've got two of those. It just makes the handles a bit stronger. So we don't want these little bits. They can go away. And I'm just going to lay out the handles along here. Okay, now I'm just going to straighten up these edges. I'm just going to use my scissors again. And I think I want this a little bit narrower. I might just bring it into there. Okay, so now I'm going to make another one of these, and then I'm going to show you how to attach them to the bag. Okay, so here's both my handles, nice and strong. So this is the bit you want to get kind of even. I'm just going to attach one handle like that and the other one on the other side. And just so I get this kind of even, I'm just going to make a mark about how much I want to go. Oops, these handles aren't even at all. I'm sorry, I should have used more math. And, right. Okay, so that's one. Looks pretty strong. I'm going to do the other side and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so here's how this one turned out. And I like the look of the text. Looks pretty nice. Really strong handles. I sewed them in on the inside. I'm going to use it on my next grocery run. This one I made earlier, just while I was during the making of the video, I broke the handles, and so I used some extra plastic just to reinforce the inside of the handles, and now that's like so strong. It's just very, very solid. So I mean, if things start breaking, that's another way to fix them. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so enjoy these new bags. I would love to see photos of them if you want to send us any. And stay safe and stay home.